Hello friends, let us start today's session with a quote: be solution maker, not the problem creator. Welcome friends, this is Dr. Sunil Mahagaonkar, Faculty of Mechanical Engineering Department, Government Polytechnic, Mumbai. This is Model 12 on Problems on Force Analysis, Part 2. In the last two modules, we have discussed the solution to the problems based on properties, torsion and bending stresses, considering the theories of failure. And we have also discussed problems on eccentric loading in the last session. Today, we will discuss the problems on C-clamps and wall brackets. So today's learning outcomes are the same as in the last previous sessions, because we are solving the problems in the first chapter of design. So identification of numericals, writing the given data, and then after writing the given data, we have to analyze the given data, whether they are sufficient or not. And if it is not sufficient, then we have to assume the data, identifying what is asked, and with this we will come to know what is how we can go for the solutions. Adapting, you can write a right procedure and find the right solution for that. So general flow process for the solution. So identification of the problem will be there, given data, identifying what is asked, and again data analysis. So here it is buffered into two. One is the data other than the strength and factor of safety, and on the right side data related to the strength and factor of safety. So if these data are there, if they given yield strength, ultimate strength, factor of safety, then this is the way we have to find out the allowable stress for a ductile material, and this is for the brittle material by using factor of safety. And if they told you to calculate with the shear stress theory, then we have to multiply 0.5, 50% of SYT upon factor of safety. And if it is of distortion energy theory, then we have to go for 0.577 SYT upon factor of safety. So taking this allowable stress value and assuming some data, if relevant data, if data are not sufficient, then here we have to go for the right procedure, and then the solution you can find it. So let us will consider a bracket. Here the force applied P is at an angle theta with a vertical, and let LV is the vertical distance. This LV is the distance from the wall to the center line, and the other one is the LH is this distance. So now in this problem they may give the stresses. If the stresses are given, then they will ask you to find what is the dimensions of the frame here. Let B is the breadth and T is the thickness of this. In that case, if B and T are given, then they will ask you to find out what are the stresses produced at the critical point A and B. So now we will go for this problem. So the problem P is acting at an angle theta, hence it has got two components. One is the vertical component, which is given here. This is the vertical component PV, and the other one is the PH. So PV is a vertical component. So since the base of this triangle is there, hence you will get P cos theta. PV is equal to P cos theta, and PH It is opposite side of this triangle. So hypotenuse is P, hence you will get P sin theta. PH is equal to P sin theta. So now we will consider one effect of pH as well as the effect of PV. First we will consider effect of pH. So when you consider the effect of pH, it has got one is the bending moment and the other one is the tensile stresses produced at this section. So let us at the point A and B. So here I will take a force. This I will consider a force which is equal to P1. This distance magnitude is equal to pH, and let us the other force, it is acting here. So this is P1, and if I will take it as P2, which is equal to pH. So that means two equal and opposite forces, they are acting at the both points. So hence both will be cancelled. But if you consider this P1 and the force pH, so this P2 and this pH, it will form a couple, pH and P2. It will form a couple. So in that it will produce a movement, bending moment will be produced, and that is can calculate bending stress. So here I will show you that bending stress sigma BH is equal to MB into C upon I. This is the positive because it is going to bend in the clockwise direction. So hence you are going to get here tensile, and this is compressive. So that's why I have taken positive here. MB is the bending moment. MB it is given by PH into LH. MB is equal to PH into LH. C is the distance of the fiber from the neutral axis. So this section is going to bend. Suppose if this is this section here, if this section is, say, if this is B and this is T, so height is B, so C is equal to what here? C is equal to B by 2. So I can get what is I is equal to, that is a moment of inertia, it is dB cube upon 12. So you substitute this here and you can get what is bending stress. So this is the effect of bending horizontal component. Similarly, I can get now if we add both the things here, so this thing it will be added, this vector plus this is a horizontal component. If we add it, you can get this one. And similarly, to get the vector at this point, at this section, it will be this. This is compressive and this is tensile. So hence it is deducted over here, and the rest of the things vector will be of this join from this point to this point. So this gives you the area moment. This is stress distribution diagram for the horizontal component. Now we will go for the vertical. What is the vertical bending? So this BB is a vertical component. It causes only a bending moment, vertical bending moment, which is equal to PV into the distance. So what is LV? Is this? So MBV, this is MBH, and here it is MBV. This MBV is equal to PV into LV, and C is equal to again B by 2, and I is equal to dpq upon 12. So using that I can get what is tensile stress at the top, this one, and here it will be compressive. And if you add these two things here, this is due to the horizontal, this is due to the vertical. So now if you add this one, this is a bending stress, you can add it here, you will get this one on the right side. Here it is a tensile and this is compressive similarly. So this thing I had to add it. This is also a normal stress, this is also a normal stress. So hence you can just take out this over here. So now adding this 1 plus 2 plus 3, so you will get the net result over here. So the sigma total, this total stress is equal to P by A, that is nothing but the tensile stress created with the horizontal component plus MB into C upon I, that is MB into C, MBH into C upon I, that is sigma PH of this one, plus MV into C upon I, it is MV into C upon I is this one. So you will get the total of here, both all are acting towards right x direction, so hence it is added. So similarly I can get P by A, this is negative, this is compressive, this is also compressive, this is whereas tensile. So P by A is tensile and the rest of the things, this for the bending moment horizontal component is MB into C upon I, vertical component is MV into C upon I. So that you can calculate, and if you equate this one to the total stress, I can get, you can calculate B and T, or else if B and T are given, then you can calculate what is the maximum stress produced at the critical points A and B. So now consider a wall bracket as shown in this figure. The applied load P is 5 kN at an angle of 60 degree to the vertical. The cross section of the bracket is B is equal to 3T, it is given. Determine the dimension B and T if the stress in the material is 28 MPa. So now let us, I will just tell you the procedure how to solve this problem, and analytical things and rest of the things you have to do the calculations etc. that you have to do it yourself and try to compare your answers with the given one. But anyhow, when I solved this, when I solved it, actually this distance, it is given here 60. So actually 70, you will get around 73 millimeter. If I take the distance, this is instead of 60 here, it is 60 from this point, not from here. If you take 60 from here, you will get around 73 mm. And anyhow, that is not the matter whether you are going to get the exact. Actually, this is some mistake is there in the printing, mistake is there. So because of that, we are not getting the correct result. Anyhow, we have to follow the right procedure. So as I said, you have to write down the given data, and here the load P is equal to the 5 kilonewton. So that is 5000 Newton. Direct I will write it here. Okay. So it has two components. One is pH. It is a P horizontal component. So in this horizontal component here, it will be, this is pH and this is PV, and this is PV. So pH is equal to opposite P sin 60. P sin 60 here you will get it. Okay. So just 5000 into sin 60 you do, if you do it, you will get pH. Similarly, you try to find out what is PV. It is pH PV P cos 60 base. So this is a P and this is angle 60. So PB is equal to P cos 60. So here we get P cos 60. Here P is 5000. So hence cos 60 is half. So you will get 2500 meters. And then the other one is B is equal to 3T, it is given. And the sigma is 28 MPa, which is equal to 28 Newton per mm square, since 1 MPa is equal to 1 Newton per mm square. So using that we can find out pH and PV. Once you get pH, now we will go for the effect of pH. So let us take the effect of pH. Effect of pH. So it will have two effects as we have studied in the last slide. So one is the bending moment you are going to get it, and the other one is the stress due to the horizontal component. And vertical component will produce only bending. So horizontal component will produce bending as well as tension stress, whereas vertical component will produce only bending, and both bending actions are in clockwise direction. So now let us first will go for the what is the effect of pH. It will have the two things, that is bending stress due to the horizontal is nothing but MBH into C upon I. So try to find out what is the value of sigma BH. MBH is equal to, I will tell you, MBH is nothing but pH into the distance. It is pH into the distance is 60 minus B by 2. So this is B by 2, 60 minus B by 2, here we get it. Okay. So this is, you will get MBH, and C is equal to here, C is equal to B upon 2, and I is TB cube upon 12. So the dimension B, we have to take it because it is going to bend in this direction. It is going to bend like this. So hence the dimension is B, and this is nothing but the neutral axis, and this is B by 2. So once you make it C is equal to B by 2, so the dimension which you are making for the C distance, so that we have to make it cube. So this thing you have to remember. So TB cube upon 12, and again put the value of T is equal to B upon 3 in this, and you will get the equation 1 some value divided by B cube plus this is, I think, minus value is there. This is minus sign is there. So hence minus some value divided by B square. In terms of B I have taken, and this just I am putting sigma pH equal to like this. And now you take the other values, that is the other stress, which is, if I write this here, we will get the equation as 4676 529.6 divided by BQ minus 779 42.16 divided by B square. Now see, other one is the tensile, as I said it. So due to the horizontal component, it is again the load is pH divided with the area. Area is B into T. Now put the value of B and T in terms of B, and then here after putting the values here you will get 12990.48 divided by P square. So this is equation 1, this is the equation 2. Now we will go for BV component. It is what is the effect of PV? Effect of PV is again you can find sigma. Only as I said here, this is PV, it is acting downward, so hence it will produce a bending moment, and that is in again clockwise direction. So hence you are going to get that sigma BV, bending stress due to the vertical component, it is equal to bending moment due to the vertical component into C upon I. And again here C is equal to, again the bending is clockwise direction, so hence it is B upon 2. So as you are making B as a dimension, it is going to bend, so in that dimension, so hence I you have to take it equal to dB cube upon 12. So using these values here, and MB, sigma MB, that is bending moment due to the vertical load. This is a vertical load, it is acting in the downward direction, and the distance is 120. So this is PV into 120, PV into 120. So PV is 2500 into 120. So this much of Newton mm you will get it. So and I it is here, and again you put T is equal to again V by 2, V by 3 in this equation, and it is by putting all these values. So final equation just I will write down. It is 54 is 54 lakhs divided by BQ. So this is the bending stress in this. So here the total stress is the sum of all the stresses which are produced due to the horizontal and vertical component. These are sigma pH is the bending stress due to the horizontal. This is tensile stress induced due to the horizontal component, plus sigma BV, it is the bending stress induced due to the vertical component. See here, whenever we are doing here, because both are acting in the clockwise downward direction, here it is this also tensile, for bending horizontal component, and vertical component is also tensile. But in some cases, suppose if the force is acting in this direction, so you will have two things. One is sometimes you may get this is a tensile and this is compressive. So accordingly we have to take it. Suppose here in both the things are there in the positive. So hence here sigma bh is plus or minus sigma bh. You will get it because the direction is like this. If the direction is like this, in that case it will be minus plus sigma bh. That means this upper will be, again this is compressive, and this will be under head compressive, and this will be under tensile. So here this as well as this one, both are acting in the downward direction, so that's why it is clockwise. So hence it is plus or minus, this is plus or minus, and this is also plus or minus. Sometimes this horizontal component, if this horizontal component is acting in this direction, so that's why you will get tensile only. In some cases, if horizontal component is acting in this direction, in that case you are going to get this is compressive. Rather than tensile, here you will get compressive. But in this problem, for particular this problem, it will be plus or minus sigma bh plus sigma th plus or minus sigma bb. So the maximum will be plus plus plus. If it is a minus, it will be maximum, that we have to take it. So always we have to compare, find the dimension with the maximum value of induced stress. So sigma bh, it is the value, just I will show that value here. So here you are going to get, this is 28 Newton per mm square is equal to, that is 100,765 29.6 divided by BQ minus, so this term I am taking minus, so this is not that one, so 1 is 77 BQ after just put the value here. So this is this value we have to take it, this 46765 529 76529.6 divided by BQ minus 779 42.16 divided by this time. This is about bending stress. So plus sigma th is 12990.48 divided by d square plus or minus plus bending due to vertical, it is 54 lakhs 12 BQ. So the terms BQ we will get in cubical equation. So we will get finally we will get in cubical form. So you can write it in 28 BQ plus 64951 64951.68 B minus 100 so 6.9 6.9.6 equal to 0. So this is a formula, you can apply it here. Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is equal to 0. So you can use any calculator and try to put the equation here. It is a is equal to coefficient, you just put a is equal to 28 and this is b is 0, b is 0, c is equal to minus of this value, c is 64951, this is c, this value is c, and this value is for d. So putting these values you can get the value, and the equation you are going to get is around p is equal to answer you will get on 60 point something, 60.33 you will get it. So this approximately I will write it as 61 or 63. So okay, 63 mm I will just write down, and t is equal to you will get 63 divided by 3 is 21 mm. So these are the values we are going to get for this one. But the answer, actual answer, if you see it, so the actual answer really is different. Actual answer is 25 mm. So as I said, there is a difference here. So this 60, if I take it here, you will get 73.2, that is 75 millimeter. So there is a printing mistake is there in the problem. This is the problem from the Bhandari. So like this you can refer some other problems. Now let us will go for the other problem. So here we will go for the other problem. A steel bracket is shown in subjected to a load of 4.5 kilonewton. Determine the required thickness at the section AA in order to limit the tensile stress is equal to 70 megapascal. So here we have to find this, he has given the thickness we have to find out. Determine the required thickness at the section AA. So load is 4.5 kilonewton. So this is the eccentric. If this load is here, that is called axial. This is eccentric loading. So it is very simple problem. So let us we will go for that. So let P is equal to 4.5 kilonewton, that is 10 raised to 3 newtons, and tensile, allowable tensile stress sigma t allowable is equal to 70 MPa, that is nothing but 70 Newton per mm square. So since the load is acting in this direction, here if I take it, so one load and the other load also I will take it to two loads, P1 and this is P2. Both are equal to P, which is equal to 4.5 kN. So now this and this constitutes a moment, whereas this is an axial. So that means this, when I shift to here, so it will have two effects. One is the bending moment it will produce, and that bending moment it will be, see here, that P2 and P1, say if this is, so this I will write it as P, so P and P2, P and P2, it will form, what is that, P and P2, it will form a bending moment, right? So the direction it is like this, anti-clockwise direction. So that means here this will be positive distance I, and here it will be negative bending stress. So hence sigma B is equal to MB into C upon I. Here MB is equal to 4.5 into 10 raised to 3 into 50, that is eccentricity, 50 millimeter. So whatever you will get it, this is in Newton millimeter. Always you should write the dimensions. This is bending moment. C is equal to, see, it is going to bend this, it is going to bend in this direction. So that's why the central fiber is this, and BC is equal to 50 by 2. C is equal to 50 by 2. So that is 25 mm. So once you make this as 50, so that means I have to make it cube. So we have to make it for the 50. That is I is equal to TB cube upon per, because B is equal to C is equal to B upon 2. So hence, so the fiber distance whatever we have taken, so that we have to, that thing we have to make it cube when you are taking for the modulus of section. I is equal to TB cube upon 12. So using these values here, you can write in terms of TB cube. So B already it is given, so hence you can write in terms of T. So you can write here sigma MB as it is. MB is equal to, and this is B by 2, and this is TB cube upon 12. So TB square 6 MB upon TB square, right? So this is equal to, further sigma B is equal to, bending stress is equal to 6 into MB, this thing, and T, B square, so B is 50, so that value I will take it, and you can get some value divided by T, right? If I put this one, you can get the value, some value of This one MB is already it is known. You can take this MB value, and B square, B is equal to 50. So put that value, divide 6 into MB, divide by B square, you will get certain value, divide by T. So this is the equation 1. So similarly, I can get the other one, that is the tensile, that so here one more force it is acting, that is P1, that is effect of P1, the effect of P1, that is nothing but tensile stress, sigma T is equal to P1, which is equal to P upon B into T. So 4.5 into raised to 3 divided by 50 into T. So this is 2. So now 1 plus 2 is equal to 70. So sigma stress, total stress is equal to plus or minus sigma B plus sigma T. So plus or minus, that is nothing but the value in terms of divided by T, and this is also some value divided by T for the second. This I can take it from the 2, and this is from the bending. So from this I can find T, it comes around 9 millimeter. So you can check it with this problem. So let us we will go for the exercise 3. It is of C clamp, which carries a load of 25 kilonewtons. P is 25 kilonewtons. The cross section of the clamp is a rectangle, and the ratio of the width to this is B by T is equal to 2:1. The clamp is made up of this material with SUT is this, and factor of stress is 4. Determine the dimension of the cross section of the clamp. That is, answer is given as T is equal to 38.5. As I said, once again I will give a clue for this and try to find out the solution. So first of all, you write down the given data. So P is 25 kilonewtons, 25 into 10 raised to 3 newtons. B by T ratio is 2 is to 1, that means 2, and SUT value, ultimate strength, it is 400 Newton per mm square, and factor of safety is 4. So first thing is you have to calculate what is the allowable stress, allowable tensile stress, since it is a castle. So you can go for an allowable tensile stress sigma T tensile is SUT upon factor of safety. So SUT is 400 divided by 4, that means sigma T is equal to Sigma T is equal to 100 Newton per mm square. So this is the allowable tensile or permissible tensile stress or permissible tensile stress. So further, so now this force P, it is acting, it is over here, so that means this distance he has given is 140. So as we are doing this is again eccentric at this section, what happens? So let us say I will take a section like this, horizontal. So P, consider two forces P acting in upward and P1, and this is P2, it is acting in the downward, P1 and P2. So both are equal to P, both are equal to P. So that means this and this is constitutes a bending moment. So, and again this will have a tensile stress. So the effect of P whenever you are shifting, so these things you have already learnt in your earlier this one, eccentric loading. I had told this. Whenever you are shifting a load in a rigid body, you will have the effect is one is the bending moment, the other one is the tensile or compressive. That stress opposite to that direction will get stress. So this is acting in this direction, this is a tensile stress you are going to get over here. So at this point, so you are going to get a tensile, and one more is the bending moment. So this force is P1, which is equal to P. It creates tensile stress. The other one, as I said, it will produce a bending moment, which is equal to P into 140. That is the bending moment, MB. So you can, this will produce a bending stress. That means it is going to bend in this direction, means here it will be, this fiber will be subjected to the tensile, and these are the fibers subjected to compression. So sigma B is equal to MB into C upon I. Again you can put here plus and minus. Plus sign indicates for the inner fiber and minus for the outer fiber, for particularly this case. So which is equal to MB is equal to P into 140. So P is equal to 4.5 kilonewtons, 25 kilonewtons. So this is 25 kilonewtons. This is equal to 25 into 10 raised to 3 into 140. So what is the watt meter unit? It is Newton millimeter. So C is again, C is equal to, it is going to bend in this direction, so B by 2, and hence I is equal to TP cube upon 12. So whatever the dimension you have taken for the C, the same dimension you have to make it cube. So if it is B here, so in here also B. So now putting those values here, we can get that value. So MB is equal to, it is 25 into 10 raised to 3 into 140. C is equal to B by 2 and divided by dB cube 0.12. So B is equal to, the values B is equal to 2T. So we can either put the value of T or B. P is equal to 2T value. We just put the value of T here. And B by 2 cancel, so that is 6 into, this is equal to 6 into 25 into 10 raised to 3 into 140 divided by this T is equal to 2P, B is equal to 2T. It means 2 raised to 3. B we cancel, that means it is here. This is so B, this will be square. So that means B is equal to 2T. If I put it here, it is 4T square into T, that is 4T cube. So this is one equation. The other equation is the bed tensile stress, P upon area. What is P here? Again 25 into 10 raised to 3 newtons divided by area is B into T. And again this B into T is equal to sigma T is equal to 25 into 10 raised to T is equal to 2T. So 25 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 2 T, that is T square, is 1, 2. So in the C clamp we have calculated the bending stress and again tensile stress due to the load P, and the total stress is sum of this bending and tensile. So tensile allowable stress we have already calculated. So here the allowable stress is 400 divided by 4, that means that much of Newton per mm square we will get it, and that is 100 Newton per mm square plus or minus sigma of bending. It is 6 into 25 into 10 raised to 3 P. So into 140 divided by 4, it is plus 25 into 10 raised, this is for the tensile. So you just put the value here and you can multiply left as well as right side by T cube. You will get this equation, T cube is equal to minus of something into T minus constant is equal to 0. So now you use the cubic formula in the calculator. You just put the values of A coefficient, B coefficient, C coefficient and D coefficient. So for the equation, so just I will write down here once again to clear the things. It is AX cube plus BX square plus CX plus D is equal to 0. This is the cubic equation. So here put A is equal to 100. You can take that value. B is 0 and C will be minus 12,500, and again that D is equal to minus 525 or zeros. So this is the coefficients. You just put those values and you can get the value of this. So t is equal to 38.55. So this is an unsolved problem from the Bhandari, and that value is also right. T is equal to 38.5 millimeters. So like this we have to solve the problem. So in the conclusion, keeping in view to apply the fundamental concepts of eccentric loading, problems related to the C-clamp and brackets have been discussed. Students are advised to solve some more problems in same topic from the reference books. So in the next thing we will go for directly for the joints. That is, we may discuss, I may take knuckle joint or quarter joint or turnbuckle. Just try to prepare yourself for the knuckle joint. Okay, in the next class I will take next session. It is on the knuckle joint. Okay. Thank you.